back. Hello, world. It's another episode of Cashmere and Cognac. I am your host, the Minister of Culture, M. Extra, and I am with my co-host,
Angela.
And this is S. Wash.
That boy S. Dot. And this episode is entitled, It Ain't Trickin' If You Got It. And on the base, we're going to cover on this episode, we're going to cover first dates, who should pay, what's the proper etiquette, so on and so forth. So this should be a fun episode to dive into.
I feel a beat up coming. I feel a beat down coming.
What's too much or too little to spend? I'll give my synopsis or my opinion, rather, and you guys will share as well. So this should be a fun topic to dive into. I'm sure people talk about this plenty of times. We see it often on social media, but we're going to make sure we do it right because that's the only way we do it here at Cashmere and Cognac. So first, before we get in that, we're going to do our episode, our normal segment, Drip or Drown. Let's see who we have on the board. Come on down. Ange.
Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry. Too much. What are we drinking? Too much of that. Too much of that. Okay, so we have another couple this week, and we are talking about the Travis Barker effect. Kourtney Kardashian has completely restructure her personal style, her personal brand, her everything. And I'm all for, like we talked about, before, I'm all for couple aesthetics, but there's a difference between influence and full on adopting. I feel like Kourtney has completely adopted Travis's aesthetic. And I don't know if she necessarily pulls it off for me. Yeah. For me, in some instances she do. I'm liking the Travis effect, but obviously I don't like this. So this is a drown for me, this specific one. There are areas where I think that she looks really drippy in his aesthetic. But the whole idea of adopting someone else's entire lifestyle is a drown for me, just completely. That means you had zero personal style.
Like her sister when Kanye came around.
Her family. You took it right out of my mouth. That seems to be their family thing. Same thing happened with Kim and Kanye. Same thing happened with Kylie and Tyga pre-Travis Scott. Yeah. Right? Kylie kind of came into who Kylie is when she was with Tyga.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
She changed her whole
everything. Got the lips,
tone.
got the butt, started wearing the color hair and stuff like that. So that sort of seems like a family thing that happens with him. But what say y'all on this?
What did you rate this one?
This one I'm not too much of a fan. It's just it's a hoodie. So it's gonna be a drown for me because I don't think Kourtney is pulling it off. She don't look badass enough in this.
No.
Right, and you hit the nail right on the head.
Yeah.
For me, Kourtney looks like she's playing dress up.
Yeah.
She looks like she's wearing a costume. And that's not a diss for Kourtney. It's just that I'm used to seeing her in a more clean, polished, refined look. So, she doesn't have any ink or anything.
Yeah.
Like I said, she's just right, visible ink. I'll say that. So yeah, this is a drown for me.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm not mad at this actually. This photo is bad because the wind and her hair is on her face. But I'm not mad at this look. I'm not mad at this look with the hoodie. I like when girls take oversized hoodies and make them cute with boots or something. You can't know what's under it. So I kind of like that look.
But Travis looks damn good in this. To me, I like Travis's whole situation, but that's very Travis Barker.
I like it together. It matches. I'm gonna give it a drip.
Give it a drip.
He gonna get this one a drip, but he wouldn't openly give Rihanna a drip.
He would give Rihanna any drip
because of A$AP Rocky. He's looking like he was part of a mariachi band. But that's another story. But I'm going to go ahead and give this a drip. Yeah. Drink for the drip.
Drink for the drip.
Yeah, drink for the drip.
That's all right.
Speaking of drinks, we have our resident mixologist, Sean Watts. Let's toast to that. Give it up.
Yeah.
So what do we have on tap for this one?
Yeah, well, for this go around, I figured I'd get us back into the Christmas spirit, Thanksgiving, Christmas, holiday spirit. So
Christmas passed.
Say again?
The Christmas passed already. Depending on when we drop this.
Right, yeah, you're right, yeah. Hopefully it'll be beforehand. But anyway, so apple cranberry sangria. If you're a big fan of that, I know I am. So
I love these cranberry infused drinks.
Yeah. Again, there's cranberry is a very big thing when it comes to the holidays. So I pretty much kept with that theme. So with this particular drink, you're gonna use one apple, 3 cups of pomegranate juice, and just so you know, this is more or less a punch. So we're not making this by the glass. 3 cinnamon sticks. You're gonna use 1 cup of apple juice, 2 cups of cranberry juice, and 3 cups of red wine.
Oh, okay.
So
that's my kind of drink.
Makes it the sangria, right? So
pour it up.
Yeah. So when you guys think of sangria, what comes to mind? With what you like as far as the sangria goes.
I like a white sangria.
Like white, yeah.
And that's the only time I
white.
prefer like a white wine-ish type situation over red. I'm a red wine person typically.
Yeah, I'm not a big sangria person. If I do it, probably is around summertime. Yeah, when it's warm out. Definitely not. I'm not a holiday sangria person for sure.
Yeah. And this is one you mentioned as far as being around the holidays. Enjoy this one for your New Year's.
Yeah.
How about that?
New Year party punch.
Yeah.
Cranberry.
Hopefully
apple.
it packs a punch.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It'll definitely 3 cups of wine. It'll definitely do that.
Yeah.
For sure.
Hopefully, depending on what you're probably using that Rossi.
You use that Rossi. Everybody
that Carlos Rossi. What you know about that Rossi, man?
That was that college wine. Big drunk. Big gallon. Glass gallon of wine.
Gallon of Rossi for what? $7?
Yes.
For a gallon of wine? That's crazy.
The kids probably like, huh?
Right.
If you watch Insecure, second season,
you know what Rossi
I think it's the first season actually. The first season of Rossi when they had the house party, the Wine Down Wednesday.
Yeah.
Shout out to Kelly.
So
okay. So this episode we're talking about first dates. This is gonna be. I feel like we can get a lot out of this episode. We can dive right into.
Let's get in it.
That ain't tricking if you got it. Now we're gonna start with you, Ange.
Oh no.
You don't want to start with you? You don't have to.
No, we can.
Okay,
Let's get it.
Okay, yeah. Let's get it. Okay, so we can talk about the first date etiquette, what you prefer, what you've seen, something that you don't like, and tell us how you feel about it.
So I am a dinner person. What I am learning though, because you are like the third guy that has told me that you don't necessarily enjoy first dinner dates, but I like dinner dates. Maybe I need to rethink that, right? Because it's not all about me. But typically I like a really nice dinner, somewhere that's not like super crowded and loud, but like somewhere where we can eat, have good drinks, have good conversation. I'm not paying for the first date. Like, let's get into it. Like,
Have you ever had to pay for the first date?
No, I have not. I've never, I do not understand where this big conversation comes from. I've never, ever in my entire existence had a guy. I don't do the pump fake, like, oh, let me act like I'm about to pay for I've never had to do that in my life.
Like movie.
What is that again now?
They act like they're gonna pay.
Act like you grab your purse. Like, I've never, like, that has just never been a thing. I'm not paying for the first date, period. Right? But I like a good dinner. It doesn't have to be anything expensive. And here is my thing. Like, I don't like when a guy asks me out and then I say, well, what do you want to do? Or I'd say, he says, let's get dinner. And I say, okay, let's get dinner. And then he's like, what do you want? If you ask me what I want, I'm going to say what I want, which is something that I would probably go get for myself.
Fair.
However, if you say, hey, I want to take you to dinner, we're going to X place, then you get to control where we're going. You can control the price, or at least try to control it. Look, you know what I'm saying? So if you come with a plan, you don't have to worry about women trying to pick the most expensive restaurants and things like that. Hey, we're going to go to X sushi spot Friday night. Boom. You know how much an entree and an appetizer and maybe a dessert and a couple drinks are going to cost. You're able to like budget that. But also, I feel like men don't like to have conversation enough. It's just like you meet and then it's like, boom, let's hang out. Let's go out. I'm like, let's talk a little bit. Because if you get to know me, and we talked about this, and we have just like the general get to know you conversations. Angela, what's your favorite food? Burger. If you could take me to get a good
burger,
burger, period. If you could take me to get a good burger.
And so this is why, let me jump
That
in.
would be the best first date.
Right. And this is why I'm going to let you finish. But this is why I said I don't go to traditional restaurants for first dates.
Yeah.
I'd rather go on a lunch than a dinner for a first date. Because one, you're getting to know a person. It's easier to converse during the daytime.
Yeah.
As opposed to going to a restaurant. Even if it's a nice restaurant, it's still going to be crowded if you're going your typical times at night. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be a little loud. And you really just don't know what to expect on the first date.
Yeah.
So I don't take them. I don't understand where this complaint goes. It's all about you choosing the first date. I'm not taking you to XYZ steakhouse on the first date just because that's what people. It's cliche to me. First of all, there's no creativity into it, so I want to make the first date fun. But
and like we said last night, don't take me to a place with a $60 steak on the menu and then get mad when I order a $60 steak. Because why are you trying to impress? If that's
a
not
wild first date.
If that's not in your
take a shot for the
$60
steak.
Why would you take somebody? Why would you? Why is that something that you
better
would
not get it well done.
Because I'm leaving. I'm not finna sit there while you shaking the table trying to cut your steak. But no, like make a plan, and I'm gonna go with it. Like it is what it is. Like, but you gotta come with a plan. Cause like I said, if you ask me, where you want to go? What's your favorite restaurant? I'm gonna say Nobu. Everybody knows that I love Nobu's sashimi. So then I say Nobu. They be like,
Nobu is her favorite restaurant.
It's my favorite. They have my favorite sashimi. So if you ask me where is my favorite place to go, I'm gonna say Nobu because I can eat their sashimi every single day. People be like, Nobu. No, ma'am. Okay, then. So don't ask me.
Right.
Don't ask me.
Just go to the man taking the lead and picking up.
Yes. Don't ask me, because as somebody I know says, I'm gonna try to abuse white tablecloths every time, like every single time. Don't ask me. Just tell me where we're going.
I'll be honest. It's moments like this. I'm glad I'm not in the game because I'm thinking back to my first dates, and I just think about the one with my wife now. Our first date was, I want to say, KFC. 2-piece chicken dinner.
That's an Arkansas love story.
Just had yeah. Kentucky Fried Chicken, 2-piece chicken dinner, and we just hanging out.
She was a winner with the chicken dinner.
Right, yeah, she was a winner. I can't imagine thinking about these first dates, and there's an expectation of, and not that everybody has this expectation, but even in a guy's mind, he's thinking that this person he's taking on a date is going to expect something nice and extravagant. It's like, no, it's like you talked about going to these loud restaurants that have expensive food. That's not going to get you anywhere. You're not going to know that person. Yeah. None of that. It shouldn't be about the meal per se. It should be more about getting to know that person and if there's a genuine connection. Because you can take somebody to Nobu and you can be a complete asshole, or they can be a complete, and
you done spent $300.
And you done spent all that, right?
Yeah. But that's the thing. But I think we also get caught up. People get caught up in too much pretentiousness when it comes to he took me here, everyone, the fast money, let me go to this, I gotta go to this restaurant because I seen this rapper, this athlete, this celebrity at this restaurant. There's people, and those are women I still tend to steer away from because I don't mind going. I love restaurants. I love high class restaurants. We will go eventually. Yeah. But I'm not taking you on a first date. I don't know you well enough.
It's not a requirement. Like I don't like if we went to, like I said, we don't have hookah. I don't know a hookah bar in Chicago, but like that's
sure
I know it's not big like it is here. I like coming here because Brittany be like, let's go to a hookah bar. I'm like, okay. But like if a dude was like, we're gonna go to a hookah bar and get some drinks, I wouldn't be like, I don't go to no hookah bar.
Yeah, I've been to a first date in a hookah bar before.
I'm not. It wouldn't be like that. But I'm saying if you ask me what my favorite place to go to is, like, what's my favorite, I'm gonna tell you because
right, that's fair.
So you don't have any first date fails? Like all your first dates went seamlessly?
No.
Okay, let's talk about some of those fails.
Let's see.
let's touch on that.
What's a coffee date? I went on a coffee date, which is fine, which I'm really into. That's the new thing, right?
Coffee date not bad.
I really like coffee.
That should be one of my go-tos.
Yes, I really like coffee.
Yeah.
So I'm actually really okay with that. I'm a morning person. We can do coffee.
That's cool.
And I guess he didn't drink coffee.
Oh my God.
So why didn't you just say
the coffee
you did?
Place?
No, he was like, what do you want to do? I was like, well, we can go grab coffee. Like I was trying to, you try to make concessions because men are just so uptight about paying for dates these days. So
I was about to say, I mean.
Is that a thing?
That's the thing.
It sounds like they're going out of their way to impress on the first date.
So we go for coffee, and he ended up getting like the bubble guts in the middle.
Oh my God! During the date?
Yes, and
it worked fast on him.
Well, we were there. It was maybe like an hour in. So
was he lactose intolerant?
I don't know. So we spent.
He don't even know what he ordered, did he?
No.
Right. Let me get the almond Frappa Kappa espresso latte.
So we were in there for maybe an hour and a half after we got the coffee.
Don't know what he was ordering.
I could hear his stomach. I could hear
You
it.
hear his stomach?
I'm like, are you okay?
Right.
Are you okay? He like, no, I'm fine. Forehead sweating. I was like, I don't think you okay.
Oh, no.
Are you okay? He was like, is it dairy in that drink?
Oh.
I'm like,
absolutely.
Dairy,
what was he doing while you was ordering? He didn't know it was dairy in it?
He ordered after me. I'm like, you heard me say, oat milk.
Yeah.
Meaning what I got, because he was like, I'm just gonna get what you got, right?
But you didn't. He got regular milk.
Yes, he
whole
didn't
milk.
That man
was tearing his ass up.
Baby, he couldn't handle it. He said, I'm sorry, I'm about to have to go in this bathroom.
No, Lord. Oh my God. That's so embarrassing.
I was like, dog, I can't. And I know it's a human function. I just couldn't get it. Like you can't. It's over with.
You
had a shit attack on our first date, and I just cannot.
Yeah, I had a similar story. It's over with, though. It's over with after that. I ain't talked to girl since. It's over with. But it was on me, though, this time. It was, I ain't ashamed to tell you. I was one time, it was I was living in New Jersey a while ago. And I was dating this girl in Brooklyn, and it was like snowing that whole week, so people snowed in. So she was like, "Just come to my house." And I drove to her house. So I figured we were gonna be there a while. So we ordered. She's like, "What do you want to eat?" Now, I don't trust everybody's Chinese food.
Yeah.
And the place she picked looked kind of janky to me, and I was like, "Okay, I mean, you sure?" I was like, "Okay, cool." So we ate the Chinese food. Everything was cool. You know, we smoked. Everything was going great. I found out she smoked. I was like, "Oh, this is perfect."
Right.
So, everything going great. I remember it was football playing. I'll never forget it. It was like the Steelers playing the Patriots or something. And like the third quarter rolled around. And I was like, "Oh, I gotta go." She was like, "Everything okay?" I was like, "Yeah, it's fine." So, trying to switch positions on the couch. You know what I'm saying? Like moving one side over the next side. I was like, fuck it. Let me just, I gotta go to the restroom real quick. I feel like I can just cut, because the urgency, I figured it would just be fast. And I can just, just act like, I was just, right. That is not what happened. I couldn't stop. I was like, oh man. So, you know what I'm saying? So after I was like, it is what it is. So I got out, maybe she'll be mature about this. So I got out, I went back, and she was like, "Yeah, I got to get up early." I didn't hear from her after
early
that.
situation.
You went in there and blew it and come back. Yeah. I couldn't believe it.
I did courtesy blushes, though. Yeah, I didn't, long story less long, I didn't hear from her after. I was like, "Damn, she really ghosted me, huh?"
Yes, that is traumatizing.
Very mature of you, lady.
That is traumatizing.
If you hear this, you know who you are. So let me catch you in Brooklyn.
Just shut up a damn bathroom.
But yeah, that happened.
Shut it up.
Bad for him, but it's worse in public. He's in
yes, and everybody in the coffee shop was laughing because it was like,
"Oh no!"
He was loud. Oh my stomach.
No, he wasn't.
Oh my God.
Country bumpkin you went out with.
Right.
I told you Chicago needs
it. Showing
country.
out. Yeah.
I was
he's showing out.
Shit.
He was drawing attention to
Time
himself.
to go, yes.
So it was a small coffee shop.
Running to the bathroom, yes.
Did he run like Martin?
Butt cheeks was. I'm like, bro, this is embarrassing.
So did he pay for the date at least?
He paid for the coffee.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah.
At
He
least
paid for the coffee.
Yeah, I never have not paid for a first date, even if it's a bad first date, because that's just the gentleman in me.
Yeah.
But I hear so often that men are asking women to split checks on. What is that about? That's a thing.
I ain't never seen it.
Have your friends ever? You ever had friends?
I haven't had. Not any of my immediate friends, but I don't think. I just think it's about the caliber of guys that you date. Like I don't date guys who would ask me to split a check.
Yeah. Man, listen up, man. Be a gentleman and then pay for it. I've been on horrible first dates and still paid, and just didn't talk to them after that.
Yeah,
but that's what I was raised to do. Just be a gentleman.
And if you are dating quality girls, I would never expect for a man to pay for every day. That's just not in my. Like so I want to pay.
The first though,
not
what
the
do you think
first
is too
date.
much for a first date? What do you think too much is for a first date?
I mean, it depends. It's on you. That's why you need to plan the day. I don't think anything is too much because when I go out to eat, I eat.
You got a $1,500 first date, huh?
You know what I'm saying? I mean,
if that's where it
I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do no shit like that.
$1,500?
But I would never do no shit like that.
So let me ask you this: if you spend $1,500, do you feel like you have to call him back after that? Like
no. Ain't nobody tell you to.
Right.
No.
Yeah, you weren't saying that when you had that lobster tail in you.
Sure. I wouldn't do anything. Yeah. I wouldn't do that. Like, unless
you wouldn't let him run it up $1,500.
How
would you stop them?
Unless he chooses a place. Now, if he chooses a place, and I'm like, ooh, okay. Well, then I'm not finna go to Ocean's Prime and not order a goddamn steak. Yeah. I'm not doing that.
What place?
Ocean's.
Oh, yeah. Just Ocean.
Yeah.
There's no S on it. Just Ocean.
Look at this guy.
Black people love putting S on me. I'm going to Ocean's Prime. I'm going to Kroger's.
I did do that, didn't I?
The Orlando Magics.
I did that shit, didn't I? Yeah, I did.
It's okay. You are from East St. Louis.
I'm
it's
very
okay.
much
it's
so.
fine.
I'm country. Everything got an S. But
you know what I do appreciate? I don't like the pump faking from women when it comes to this. I don't like when I'm reaching women. When they try to
how does
see
that
you,
work? Yeah, so
I've been out
you
on the
grab
girl
your
be
purse
like,
and you be like,
and I'm like, ma'am,
fumbling through the purse.
I'm clearly gonna pay for this. Okay, just relax.
I ain't finna pretend.
So I don't like that. Just keep it a buck. Now, what I do appreciate is when
like
you have genuine sentiments. Like if I'm going on I went on a good first date means that you don't only go to one place. Y'all go to another place. So that's a good first date. So I have been on a first date where I've been out with a young lady. And, of course, I paid for the first immediate date. But it was her idea to go get drinks. And she was like, oh, I got this for the drinks, for the round of drinks. And that's fine.
I would do that.
I don't mind.
I've done that. I've gone
Actually,
on
I
the
look
first
forward to
date.
women like that.
I've gone on the first date. And then they didn't have any dessert on the menu that we liked, but it was a Jenny's ice cream, which isn't a lot. But, like,
Jenny's.
he was like,
I love Jenny's.
Yeah, he was like, let's get some Jenny's. And then I was like, well, can I at least pay for the Jenny's? Like, I'll pay for the Jenny's ice cream. He was like, thanks. I'm like,
oh yeah. When she got no drink, it was top shelf too. I was like, yeah, go ahead.
or I've gotten to
who am I to tell you no?
Or
Top shelf
I've
cognac,
gotten to a restaurant because I Uber and I typically don't let guys pick me up if I'm like just meeting them.
Okay.
So like if I beat you to the place, I may text you and say, hey, you want me to grab you a drink? Like I'm at the bar. So then I'll grab a drink. So then I pay for the drink before we sat. So I can buy you a drink or whatever. So I'll do something like that.
Okay, so I was
cool.
reading this one article from Rewire, and they were talking about gender roles still apply for first dates, but they also had a section about if you ask, you buy. Do you believe that?
Because I'm not asking no man on a date.
So you've never asked a man on a date?
No.
No, it have to be a first date. Just any date.
No.
You never asked a man on a date?
I've never said, take me out on a date.
You've never done that? You've never been a pick-me?
I've never said, can you take me out on a date? No.
Well, no. Okay, so have you ever asked a guy to go on a date with you? Not that you're asking him.
No, I've asked for a guy's number. That's probably to the extent that it's.
Yeah, because I've been saying that some guys use a defense as, oh, she asked me to go out. I didn't ask her.
So
that still doesn't make sense to me, but clearly that's happening.
So what they're saying in that scenario is that because the lady asked the guy to go out, the guy then is expecting for the lady to pay for everything?
You ask, you pay.
Yeah, you ask, you pay.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
Now, granted, I've also been in that situation where a girl has asked me out and she was insisting on paying because she did ask me out.
Well, then you let her pay.
Yeah,
you let her pay. I ain't gonna argue with you.
Yeah, oh, trust me, I did not. I did not argue.
And as time goes on in the situation, I will say, let's go get something to eat.
But you've taken a guy out before, right?
Hell yeah.
And I'm just like birthdays.
Yes, like not just birthdays. Like I'm not just
occasions.
birthdays. I love concerts, and I'm very, very, very particular about having good seats. So typically, if I want to go to a concert and I want to go with my significant other, I'm probably gonna cop the tickets because I know that they're gonna be a lot of money. So you could believe if you see me at a concert with a nigga, I probably bought the tickets because I want to make sure we got good seats, or whatever. Right. So certain stuff, I'm just always gonna pay for.
Yeah. Well, that's good to hear that we have. Chivalry isn't. Give it up for chivalry not being dead.
Give it up for chivalry.
My dad raised a gentleman, and we're gonna pay over here.
Right.
Especially on the first 2 days.
Hey.
Now, I don't mind how you get down the 5th and 6th date that you.
Yeah, but one thing you have to remember though is the person you're dealing with, because if you recognize if a young lady's asking you out on a date and you're going to pay for her meal, you have to understand, okay, is this somebody I'm comfortable in doing this with, or is she just using me for a meal tonight?
You gotta have that discernment.
Oh yeah, I ain't never had. Yeah. First of all, you just gotta know.
You gotta sort of have that discernment. Unfortunately for men, I'll give it women less so because we don't have to pay. I do think that that's a burden that men have to like deal with that women don't really understand. And I know that it happens because I was that person. I was broke in college. I was broke. That was my hustle. Like that was one of my hustles. I was
going out on dates to eat to feed.
How else was I supposed to eat? So I would go on a breakfast date, a lunch date, and a dinner date.
Wow,
and that's
really?
how. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You dealt some squares. Huh?
No, I dealt with a particular category
were they older?
Of men's.
Were they older?
Right. It means with the S.
They weren't older. per se. They were
either they are or they're not.
Not of the student.
Are you the local drug dealers?
Basically.
D-boys, huh?
Yeah. Fast money, they got to spend it. So, who am I to tell? Let me help them spend it. Okay, I ain't mad at that.
Hit the nail on the head.
Yeah, I am good.
Yeah, but so I do feel like women can be
She
more.
said she had breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That's crazy.
Every day. At Harper's one day.
Harper's.
And Sweat the next day. I'm like,
hey.
Tennessee State lingo.
Nashville locals.
Yeah, R.I.P. to Harper's.
I know, but I feel like we don't. I feel like in talking about what we expect as women, like I can't even imagine being on the other side of that. Yeah. I'm like, it's expensive. My friend recently got in a pretty serious situation, and they're long distance, and her dude came to visit, and because he came to visit Chicago, she was like, I'm gonna handle the weekend. After he was gone, she was like, God dang. She was like, that was the most expensive weekend I ever had in my life.
Ain't no fun when the rabbit got to go.
Right, yeah.
She was like, holy shit.
When the shoe's on the other foot, huh?
Yes,
I don't know how much goddamn money we spent on y'all.
Yeah, she was like, that was hard. She was like,
no, I just want to stay in this time.
Right, yeah.
But here's my question.
I'm looking at my budget.
I've never been on a vacation. Like, I've been on a trip with a dude.
Say what?
I've been on a trip.
Never on a vacation?
Not with somebody that is my person, like somebody that I'm actually in a relationship with.
Okay.
So how does that go? How do you do, like, if you go on a vacation with your girlfriend?
Yeah.
Are you paying for flights and hotels, or is she paying for, like, are y'all splitting? How does that work? Because I ain't never been on one. I done been on some trick trips, but I ain't never been on
A trick trip?
some trick trips.
Okay,
but I ain't
gotcha.
never been
Trick
on
trip.
that.
It just depends.
It's the name of everything.
It depends on how far you're into the relationship.
Okay.
It also depends on just the relationship that you have with each other. So I've been on vacations where we had a travel agent and we split everything down the middle. I've been on vacation where I had to pay for everything. So it just depends.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you have to be with someone who's willing to pay something.
Yeah.
But not, like, I don't
Yeah.
ask for much. Like, I don't mind paying for my significant other. But if you're never willing to pay anything,
I don't feel
like the
comfortable.
slightest thing.
I would not feel comfortable with you paying
At least buy me a beer when we at the bar or something. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would feel comfortable. I'd be like, you gotta at least let me pay for the flights. Let me get the flight. You can get the hotel.
Shit! I need you to talk to.
You can get the hotel. You can take care of the activities.
Yeah.
But let me get the flights or something.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, that's good. Let's keep
That's
that
good,
up.
yeah.
That's,
Yeah, that's
some man
definitely
gonna like
good.
that eventually. Yeah, for sure. That's a good thing. Yeah, I would definitely be happy with that. But again, it also boils down to, like, one of my married friends. They're going on a couples trip. And one of them, when they were talking about the trip, he was like, my wife gonna have to pay something this time. Last couple times I paid for everything. She breaking some bread this time. I don't give a damn. So I guess this time it was her time
But
to
ain't
pay
that
for
money
something.
they money though?
I mean, but it's different.
Yeah,
Because
okay.
you're still gonna have your money
Your
and then
money,
the pot money for the house each other.
Right.
So he was like, this time she gonna have to break some bread.
Right.
So so it just depends on the dynamic.
Okay.
Yeah. So
I always wondered.
I
I mean,
totally
I've
agree.
never had the luxury.
yeah, but you ain't gonna make it that far if your ass as a man don't pay on the first date, gentlemen.
You
So
sure
please,
Yeah.
please stop with this.
That's just a part of it.
Yeah.
It's part of it. Try this to the game.
Just be a man, okay?
Yeah.
Just be a gentleman. Chivalry isn't dead.
Yeah.
You out there, you pay for the first date, even if you don't have to you don't have to see that person ever again.
Yep.
Right.
But she's never gonna tell her friends, and he ain't pay for the date.
Right, yeah. Right, yeah.
She can't say that.
Because when I tell you, we telling everybody that's gonna listen.
Yeah, she ain't saying that.
You on social media flogging. That man didn't even pay for our first
Right,
date.
Pay for my first date.
right.
Yeah. So, you got to keep everything in perspective, So think about the long game.
That was
fellas.
very Memphis of me as well.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Memphis.
Yeah.
Yeah, did you hear
Shout
that?
out to Memphis.
Yeah, so that is what to do. On the first date, it shouldn't be ladies, if a man has to pay your first date, don't ever go out with him again. If he not paying for you on the first date, next. If my little sister tell me she went on a date and some dude didn't pay, she's never talking to him again.
And that's from the
Big
horse's
brother.
mouth.
Yeah,
Big
never
brother.
talking to him again.
That's right.
Yes. So we're gonna wrap up that. I'm gonna bring it to so you know what to do. First dates. First dates will tell you everything you need to know. I know in the first 15 minutes, 15, 20 minutes
Yep.
if I'm gonna see this person again.
Yep.
Is that the same
Yeah.
for you?
Yep.
Yeah.
Maybe sooner.
Maybe sooner.
There's some truth to that.
Maybe sooner.
Yeah. So in this highlight, I want to give this song highlight. Actually, it's gonna be an album I'm gonna highlight. Let me give the ladies some love. I'm gonna shout out this album, "Still Over It" by Summer Walker. It's a really good album. You guys should check it out.
She had me worried.
Did she bring it though?
Yeah,
she did. Yeah, because that's a single.
Yeah, she can be a little quirky at times, but you know, she does her thing with the music. Shout out to Love Renaissance and the whole team over there. This is a really good album. Fellas, you might give your lady some space after listening to this album. let her get in her feelings. You know, she keeps it a buck, as they say, on this one.
Ooh,
so yeah,
wait, talking about people mama and everything.
Yeah,
Ooh,
it goes
goodness.
down.
Come on,
but I like that. I like that personal
Me too.
feel from an artist. I like when they really get in their bag.
Because she meant that.
Yeah.
Every word. So
London on the track? Is he on the track?
London ain't on that track.
London on the track.
He off the track.
He off the track.
London off the rails.
So in closing, we can give advice for a first date. My advice was keep it simple for first dates, fellas. You don't have to take everyone to STK or Nobu on the first date. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that if you got it, but some of you guys don't know how to court a woman without spending a lot of money.
There's that word, huh?
That was a word.
Yeah.
Learning, all right.
Yeah, some
Pastor Marcus.
Yeah. In this day and age, people think money speaks for how they show their affection, and you're incorrect.
Yep.
If you want to actually woo and court a woman the correct way, you have to think bigger than money.
Yep.
So be creative on the first date, I say, and make sure you have, if it's going well, you have something to do after, a good second, plan B for the first date. Yeah. So keep it spicy, keep it creative. Don't base it on how much it costs.
Yeah.
What is some advice you guys?
Mine is for men, and it's to not just ask a woman on the date, plan the date. So then, if you're worried about how much it's going to cost or whatever the case may be, then you can sort of control that because you've made a plan.
Right.
If you give her the opportunity to make the choice, she's probably going to choose something that she normally does with her friends or whatever. So just make a plan. Have a plan.
Yeah, I agree.
What about you, married man?
Right, yeah. And again, my perspective when I speak about dating is obviously coming from a young perspective because I've been married since I was 28. So I'll just go at it from an angle of, people being adults. So with first dates, keep it within reason. It doesn't have to be an expensive restaurant or anything like that. I mean, if she isn't down to have a nice meal with you at a place that's good, respectable, and also affordable, I mean, is she really someone you want to spend a lot of time with? Yeah. And if she's not, that's cool. But at least you know. Yeah. So that's really my advice is, know who you're taking out.
That's what it is. Drink to that.
Yeah.
Yes. We're going to take these parting shots.
Yeah, parting shots.
Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Cashmere and Cognac, where we keep it smooth over here, baby. It's your boy M Extra, the Minister of Culture, signing off. You can find me on all things social at m.xtra3.
And I'm on Instagram at @bangela_be.
And I'm on Instagram, Sean D. Washington. That's SEAN, D as in David, Washington. Holla at your boy.
Yes, we're going to holler at y'all next time. Looking forward to it, people.
Peace.
Peace.